In 570 BC, Babylon had walls so massive that ancient writers claimed chariots could ride across the top. A blue gate covered in lions, bulls, and dragon-like beasts, and a tower so tall it may have helped inspire the legend of the Tower of Babel. This was not a myth, this was Babylon. And right now, you are standing in front of it. The Ishtar Gate rises above you like a wall of blue fire. Lapis-colored bricks shimmer in the sun. Gold and ochre animals move across the surface as if the wall itself is alive. The city behind it is awake. Drums, sandals, camels, bronze, smoke. You are not looking at ruins. You are walking into the most powerful city the ancient world had ever seen. Step forward. The shadow of the gate swallows you for a second. Then the sunlight returns, hard and white, bouncing off glazed brick and polished stone. To your left, a caravan waits under the heat. Men from the east unload sacks of spice, cedar oil, wool, and incense. To your right, soldiers in scaled armor watch the crowd with still faces and bronze-tipped spears. The smell hits you first. Roasted lamb, hot dust, cedar smoke, sweat, river mud. Then the color. The gate is not just blue, it is impossible blue. A color so expensive, so strange, so unnatural against the desert that it feels less like architecture and more like a warning. Look closer. The creatures on the wall are not decoration. They are power made visible. Bulls, lions. You are entering the city of kings. Now you step onto the Processional Way. The road opens wide in front of you. This is not a street built for ordinary people. It is a stage, a ritual path, a corridor of empire. On festival days, priests would carry the statue of Marduk through this route while crowds pressed against the walls and the city roared his name. Today, the road is still alive. A wheel cracks against stone. A drummer strikes a slow rhythm. Gold bracelets click on a woman's wrist. A child runs past your legs and vanishes into the crowd. The walls keep moving beside you. Blue brick, golden animals, blue brick again. The repetition is hypnotic. It is designed to make you feel small. Babylon does not need to tell you it is powerful. It makes you walk through the proof, turn away from the royal path. The perfect symmetry disappears. Now you enter the real Babylon. The market hits you like a wave. Vendors shout in Akkadian, Aramaic, and languages you cannot place. Goats push through the legs of merchants. Clay tablets pass from hand to hand. A scribe presses a reed stylus into wet clay, recording a debt that may outlive everyone on this street. The houses lean over the alleys. Upper rooms cast thin strips of shade. You can feel heat rising from the bricks under your feet. You pass a bakery. Honeyed bread steams on a flat stone. A jeweler polishes red carnelian with a cloth. A trader lifts purple dye like it is liquid royalty. This is not a dead museum city. It is loud, dirty, rich, and alive. One of the greatest cities on earth. A place where empire feels normal because everyone around you is already acting like the world belongs to Babylon. The crowd begins to thin. The noise falls behind you. Ahead, the southern palace rises like a mountain made by human hands. Its walls are brighter than the streets. White stone, gold trim, cedar doors, guards standing so still they seem carved into the courtyard. You cross the open space and feel exposed. That is the point. The palace is not built to welcome you. It is built to measure you. Inside, the air changes, cooler, darker, heavy with incense. A bronze burner releases a thread of smoke. Black polished floors catch the reflection of the ceiling. Gold details flash in the shadows, then disappear. A machine for awe, but even here in the center of power, the shadows feel too deep. Too much gold attracts too many enemies. Then the city changes again. At first, you hear water, not the river, closer, falling. A forest, in the middle of the desert. Ancient writers described a garden rising in terraces above Babylon, though historians still debate where it truly stood, or whether the stories were folded together from more than one place. But if such a garden stood here, this is what it would feel like. Stone platforms stacked into the sky, palms and cedars growing above brick, vines hanging over carved edges. Water running down channels hidden inside the structure. You step onto the first terrace. The air cools instantly. Dust becomes mist. Heat becomes shade. The smell of roasted meat is replaced by damp earth, jasmine, and leaves. Below you, Babylon shrinks. The markets become dots. The processional way becomes a blue line. The city that made you feel small now looks small beneath the garden. This is the dream of Babylon at its peak. A city so wealthy it could imagine a mountain of trees where nature never meant one to grow. A paradise built by engineering, labor, empire, and myth. Then the wind changes. The city is still bright, but the brightness feels thinner. You return from the terraces and notice details you missed before. A chipped blue brick near the gate, a merchant whispering instead of shouting, a priest staring too long at the sky. Rumors are moving faster than caravans now. In the east, Cyrus is rising. Persian power is moving toward Babylon, not as a raider, but as a force that understands something Babylon has forgotten. A wall can be high, a gate can be beautiful, a city can call itself eternal, but fear still enters through people, through politics, through hunger, through the moment when the crowd stops believing the king is untouchable. Fast forward, the music is gone, the feast is over. Some accounts say Babylon was taken with shocking speed. Some say the city barely understood it had fallen until power had already changed hands. Now you are back where you began, the Ishtar Gate, but the blue is duller, the animals are cracked. The road is empty, no drums, no camels, no royal procession, only wind moving dust across the stones. The gardens, if they ever stood here, are no longer paradise. The water has stopped, the leaves are gone, the terraces are only gray shapes against the sky. The city that once claimed the center of the world is becoming a memory. Brick by brick, name by name, story by story, you turn away from the ruins. For a moment you can still hear it. The sandals on limestone, the river beyond the walls, the lions on blue brick. Babylon did not disappear because it was small. It disappeared because even the greatest cities are temporary. This city once ruled the world. Now most people could not point to it on a map. And that may be the most dangerous lesson Babylon left behind. Every empire believes it will be different. Every empire believes its walls will hold. And every empire is wrong.